Alright, hello everybody. It is me, Blake. Welcome back to another interview. And today I'm going to be doing an interview with former WWF slash WWE. And then she's also formerly in Ultimate Pro Wrestling, and she is also in former she's also in Glow. She is former member of the Stephanie Helmsley faction in the WWF as Stephanie McMahon's personal trainer in the WWF. She is Caryn Muffy Mower. So we will just wait until she gets on in here, and then we will start. And one second, I might have to go message her because she just messaged me. So one second, I'll be back. Okay, I guess I'm back. We are just waiting for her to get in here, so she is trying, so just, okay, there she is. Okay. Okay, so I sent you an, okay, there we go.
This stuff freaks me out. It's like I can never get it right how everything is. Hi.
Hi,
I better.
how are you doing?
Hi. I'm good. I'm trying to, because I'm on my phone. I'm a little messed up, but that's all right. I just got done working out. Hi, Blake. Nice to meet you. All
Yes, nice to meet you too.
right, here we go. I'm setting it up because I'm used to my computer. What's happening, kid?
Nothing much, and so we're going to have a wrestling interview.
Yeah, well, I hope I can answer some questions for you.
All right, so I'll start off by asking you my first question.
Uh-oh. First and foremost, I'm going to ask you a question.
All right,
How old are you?
I'm 15.
Oh my God, and you got into wrestling when?
Oh, geez. Probably like 6 or 7 years ago, about.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah. All right. So when did you start doing wrestling? What made you want to join?
Um, so I was doing jujitsu and judo, and then I was doing some live shows, and I met Rick Bassman. And then he had said that I'd probably be good at wrestling or whatever it is, but I went to a basic audition for wrestling, and I'm sure it's nothing like it is compared to now. But went to wrestling audition, and that was it. Basically, got called like maybe a week later, and they said that we wanted me to do it, and I went into training with Rick Bassman at his school.
Cool. What age were you when you officially knew you wanted to become a wrestler?
I never wanted to become a wrestler. And interesting enough, I was doing stunts and then live shows and stuff. And then, like I said, I met Rick Bassman. I never really wanted to do wrestling. I knew nothing about wrestling. And then, like I said, I had a jujitsu background, martial arts background. And then Rick said, you'd be really good. So I never had it in my brain to do wrestling. I just came upon it. That's how it happened.
Yeah. Did you watch wrestling ever as like a kid? If so, did you have like a favorite wrestler if you did, or anything like that?
No, No, I never watched wrestling. I mean, I knew about, like the basic wrestlers and stuff, but
Yeah.
at that time, I never got into wrestling, didn't know anything about it. And I was so green when I got into wrestling. I was so very, very green.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know the beer drinker.
Who is your favorite? Do you watch wrestling now?
Not much. But I mean, listen, I have to admit, you're going to ask me who's my favorite wrestler. I don't really have a favorite wrestler, but during my time, um, Lita was incredible. Trish Stratus was incredible. I mean, I didn't know much about most of them, but I really back up the women. The women are incredible nowadays. So
Mm-hmm.
when I got into it, it was The Rock was just getting going. Trish Stratus. So I didn't have any favorites really, but I think all of them are great. I mean, I know that's a typical answer, but really, I think everyone is individually awesome.
Mm-hmm. Who were your wrestling trainers?
Well, Rick Bassman. That's really it. I mean, I had judo background. I learned martial arts from Ron Thomas, who was an actor, and he was in Karate Kid. If I don't know if you
Hmm.
watch Karate Kid, have you watched the very original Karate Kid?
I have not watched that.
Okay,
No.
so the original Karate Kid, Ron Thomas was the guy that kicked the knee of Machio. So I trained with him in judo and jujitsu. So that who trained me to do a little bit of wrestling, and then in wrestling in high school. But I really didn't have any training other than Rick Bassman and just some of the stunt stuff that I had in my history.
Yeah. Who has been the stiffest wrestler you've gone in the ring with?
Stickler? That would be China.
Stiffest.
Stiffest? China.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, China for sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, she passed, which it's a horrible thing, but yeah, it was China for
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Did you ever do any type of school or amateur wrestling?
I did in high school. Did the basic. I kicked every boy's ass, of course, but I did some basic wrestling in high school. Yeah, I knew the basic drills and stuff for wrestling, but this is so different than high school wrestling. But yes, I did in high school. I did. Yeah.
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 What did you consider to be your weaknesses and in strengths in wrestling?
My weakness was didn't know anything about wrestling. Didn't really know
Yeah.
anything about it. I didn't know the basic drills, the calls, all that stuff. But my best quality was that I picked it up very fast. So I learned very fast. So during that time when I was wrestling at Rick's gym, I learned some simple drills, locking in and things like that. So
Mm-hmm.
kind of like my demise. I was good at it, but I was bad at it. But I learned fast.
Yep. Was it hard traveling from show to show, and what was the worst thing about traveling from show to show for the
Everything was worse.
WWF?
Everything. Everything was horrible. Everything. I mean, everybody thinks it's like this great. Oh, they're gonna try. It was horrible because I didn't. At least I had a couple friends that were on it. Lisa and Lillian Garcia is a very good friend of mine. They were very helpful, but it was horrifying. I mean, they really don't give you much instruction. They basically tell you where you need to go and where you need to be. You get on a plane, you're there, you get in, you get a rent a car, you go. It was very scary. It was very, very hard. I don't know how it is now, but it was tough. Very,
Yeah.
very tough.
Who was your first opponent in front of a crowd, and how did you feel going into that first match?
Um, well, I never got a opponent in WWE, which was a bummer. So I was on a 3-year contract, and I ended up being more of like a heel. I would go out there and give people, you know what I mean? But I never ever got into the ring, which was a bummer. So I can't say who it would be or who not would it be, but I ended up being more of a like a comical character, just an annoying character, and what ended up happening was I was a pain in the ass, and I think it just didn't, I was, making fun of people how fat and lazy and ugly they were. So um, I wish I could go back and do that. It would be really great to be able to wrestle one of the girls, but I never got a chance. Never.
Yeah. Not even in like Ultimate Pro Wrestling or anything?
Oh, I did with Ultimate Pro Wrestling. I wrestled with a lot of the girls in there. Oh my God, I just drew a blank. Jeez. Everybody that I wrestled in Ultimate Pro Wrestling was awesome. I mean, they put up with me because I was such a beginner. I didn't know what I was doing at all, at all. So I can't say I had a bad opponent because I was the bad opponent.
What outcome did you expect to see from the crowd when you came out and
Oh,
did the stuff you did for WWF?
so ask me that question again. I missed some of it.
What outcome did you expect to see from the crowd during your time in
Oh.
WWF when you came out and did the stuff you did?
Well, first and foremost, I had no idea what was going to happen. And so I was backstage and Vince McMahon says, it's your time, go, get out there, go do your thing. It's a very interesting dynamic. So when I was there, it's a big tent. You're backstage, you walk through this tent. That's where everybody is in there. Vince McMahon, all the camera people, whatever. So, and they don't give you a script or anything. They just basically say, this is your deal, go out there. So I didn't know what to expect, but walking out there was unbelievable. Thousands and thousands of people, very nervous on the first time. But I ad-libbed everything and basically said, you're fat, ugly, and lazy, and whatever it was, I just did it. But going out there was incredible. Walking out on that stage was not what I expected, but great.
Mm-hmm. If you could go back in time and wrestle anyone that has passed away, who would that be?
Who would it be? If I could go
Yep.
back, what? When they passed away?
Yeah, if you could go back in time and wrestle anybody who has passed away.
China. Hell yeah. I'd like to give her a run for her money. She always got to wrestle men and she never got to wrestle women. She didn't wrestle women that much. So I would have loved to wrestle China. I know she had great talent. I know she was great at what she did, but she didn't get to wrestle women. So that would have been one for me that I would love to have done. Wrestle China, of course.
Mm-hmm. Who is your 3 top favorite opponents so far in your career from Ultimate Pro Wrestling? Because you wrestled in that.
Well, you're asking me something I can't even remember. Ultimate Wrestling. Geez, I can't even remember half their names. I I'm a stunt person. I've been hit in the head so many times. I don't even have a very good memory. Oh my God, why can't I remember what's her name that I would wrestle all the time? Oi, oi, oi. You're asking me. You should have given me these questions before I met you. I mean, before we got, that way I could have researched. Let's just say everybody. Let's say everybody. Because really,
Yeah.
Ultimate Wrestling was great because everybody trained me. You know what I mean? They got me going. They
Mm-hmm.
taught me a lot. So I don't have a good answer for that one.
Did you usually get along or become friends with most of the people in the environment or backstage and stuff like that?
No. No. It was a horrible, I shouldn't say horrible. It was not a great atmosphere. You know, everybody thinks backstage you're friendly or whatever. It's competitive. So the writers during that time, Trish Stratus came in. Lita was really big. I'm trying to think. What are the old women that were there? Anyways, it was. I got along with everybody, but during that time, it was very difficult because it was competitive and it depended on the writers who was going to write you. So um, that's a tricky question. I don't know how to answer that because it wasn't great. The women were very, very not nice at all. I only had two people that were really nice. Trish Stratus and Lillian Garcia, who didn't wrestle, of course, that was whatever, but it was very competitive. So the environment was bitchy.
If you can make a Survivor Series match, including you, with 4 wrestlers from any era, which wrestlers would you choose as partners?
Ah. Well, I choose The Rock. It doesn't have to be female or male, right?
Yeah, you can choose whatever.
Choose The Rock. I would choose the Hardy Boys. They were rocking.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, they were awesome. Hardy Boys, The Rock. And I would probably choose Lita. Lita didn't like me, but I liked Lita. She was tough.
Yeah. I mean, Lita and the Hardy Boys were doing stuff together, so that would be a good team.
Yeah. So when I was backstage, Lita and the Hardy Boys, they killed it. It's like watching those guys were seriously crazy what they did.
Yep,
Crazy.
and they still wrestle to this day. So, I mean,
are both of them wrestling still?
Yep, in AEW.
Are they really?
Yep, and Trish Stratus is wrestling right now, and then Lita is back and forth.
Yeah, and then she just had a fight with, I don't know the other girl that she was competing against, but
Becky Lynch.
How'd that go?
For Lita?
Yeah.
It went well.
Okay, good. Good. Yeah. I think Lita, listen, you know, like I said, the girl competition was really tough, but I respect Lita. She was gnarly. That chick was really, really good. Backflips, all that stuff. And she was crazy good. Crazy good. And
Definitely.
Lisa.
Oh yeah.
Ivory was a very good friend of mine. She was very helpful. She was crazy good too.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really, really good. Who's it? Trish fought Becky, not Lita.
Well, Lita fought Becky at Crown Jewel a couple years ago.
Okay. But Lisa really kind of got me into the wrestling too. But I remember when Lisa was wrestling, she was gnarly too.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Basically, I was nobody. I came in when they were Lisa, Trish, a couple other people. May Boss was there when I was there. What's the other one? May Boss and see, my memory's bad, but there was so many names during that time. I was this big when I was there.
So they could have called you like a jobber kind of.
Yeah. Well, I was a test dummy basically. I mean, they brought in Trish and I and a few other girls at the time, and we were on a development contract for 3 years. I was there for 3 years, and they basically did small things with me, but you know, the writers find what they want. So I wish I got a chance to wrestle a little bit more. They did want me to go to wrestling camp, but at that point I was doing stunts and I preferred to do that. I was more into doing that.
Yeah. Would you rather be in a street fight or death match?
Oh, street match. Of course.
Yeah.
It's dirtier and fun.
Mm-hmm. Would you rather be in a blindfolded match, handcuffed to your opponent, or a dog collar?
Oh, I'd rather be with my opponent. Hopefully that opponent's really good or can protect me. I think I'd want to be, I mean, there's so much different wrestling right now. I just don't pay attention, but I'd rather do that. Definitely do that.
Yeah.
Because, well, I'm in hopes that my person I'm handcuffed is going to help me, but depends.
Yep. Is there any piece of merch that you have or had that has sold out pretty quickly, if you've had any?
No, didn't have any. At that time, you know, it's funny. At that time, when everybody's getting really popular, they had those dolls. I'm like, can I get a doll? Can I get a doll? Can I get a doll? But I was out before they made any dolls. I mean, it's funny. I have some old WWE T-shirts and sweatshirts and stuff, but nothing with my name or anything. I was, like I said, I was that big. But at the time, they were making the dolls, and I'm like, yes, I want to have a doll. Never
Yeah.
got it. I'm the doll now.
Is there any time a fan has seen you in public and got super surprised and or excited?
Uh, well, I work in the business when I see a lot of people, I guess. Not really. I guess I'm not, no, not really. I mean, it's not that I don't get super excited. I think it's cool to see them in the regular environment or whatever it is, but no. You know, it's funny because sometimes I see, you know, I've worked on a couple movies and The Rock is there and stuff, Dwayne, and I don't know. No, I don't get really super excited. I guess I'm numb to it.
Yeah. Like you're used to it,
Yeah.
basically, right?
Yeah, I think of them as just kind of just a normal kind of human being. So,
Yeah. Who is your favorite horror character and favorite horror movie?
horror character. Well, I don't like horror movies because they scare me, but let me think. I have watched horror movies. What is that one where that girl is like has black hair and she crawls across the ground?
Oh,
Oh,
I know who you're talking about.
come on. See what happens when you ask the last question? What is that?
Annabelle? No, not Annabelle.
No. She has black hair. Come on. Anyways, that one. Somebody's gonna say something. If they're watching, they'll say something. But I don't watch a lot of scary movies. I'm not gonna say Halloween and stuff like that. That never got me. But I have to say, The Omen, when that kid went underneath the ice and stuff, that was kind of creepy. The Ring. Thank you, Sam DeFore.
Yes.
The Ring. That's what it was. Thank you. That was nuts. That was crazy scary. So I think that was like I said, I don't watch scary movies, but that one was pretty freaky. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Thank you, The Ring. See, you didn't remember that either. See, I'm gonna question you on some stuff because it's like last minute questions. Brain.
Yeah. What is generally your favorite music to listen to in your spare time?
No. So I teach a lot of classes. Like I like teaching kickboxing classes. So I like I like remix music. It's not the hardcore techno, but I like the beat because it keeps you motivated. So I listen to a guy from Germany. His name's Dan Dance, and he's amazing. So I get all his music and I listen to that. Or Tiesto's okay. Yeah, Armin van Buuren, things. That's my favorite music. I get motivated by that music. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Do you listen to techno?
No, I've actually never heard of it.
Okay, I didn't think so because you're 15.
Yeah.
Well, I think you should
I
just
listen
check it
to,
out.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I'll check it out. I listen to like rock and
Yeah.
pop and stuff like
Okay,
that.
so all your your music that you like rock and pop and hip hop and whatever, they basically take that music and remix it. It's incredible.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's kind of what
Yeah.
techno is. So it's remixes. So listen to Armin van Buuren or Tiesto. There's so many other names that you could listen to, but those are really good.
Yeah, definitely. I'll check it out. Definitely.
Cool.
If a movie was made about your career, who would you want to play you?
Oh, boy, you got some good questions. I don't know. Gosh, I don't know a lot. Well, I'd want somebody younger, of course. Well, I've doubled Elizabeth Shue. You know who Elizabeth Shue is?
Mm.
I didn't think so, but I would want her, Elizabeth Shue. She's been in what's the Tom? Okay, somebody's gonna come up. Tom Cruise movie, The Bar. That's a great movie. But Elizabeth Shue, I'd want her to do it. She's great. I doubled her in like CSI stuff like that. She's great.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Shue. Look her up. You'll know when you see
Cocktail?
her. Ah, you looked it up. Good job. Yes. So Elizabeth Shue and
Yep.
Cocktail. I'd want her to do it.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be good. You're fast. You got your computer on the side and then you're looking it up. Did you look it
Yep.
up?
Yep, for my questions, and then I just looked it up.
Good.
If you got to choose the stipulation for your match, what stipulation would you choose?
Oh. Stipulate. I wouldn't want any. I wouldn't want any stipulation. Let's go for it. Backflips off the rope. No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want any stipulation. Just don't hurt me. That's a stipulation. You're so funny.
What has been the funniest thing a fan has said to you before?
That's the funniest thing, man. I don't know, but those fans are crazy. I've never had really anybody say anything to me, but I remember going to the airport and stuff. It was crazy. Uh, Nothing. I don't never got it. Never had a chance really. Well, I mean, oh, they said I was the best thing ever on WWE. That's what they said. I'm just kidding. They didn't say that. Nobody said that. Nothing. I got nothing from that. I got no answer for you, kid.
Best fan compliment you have received either at a show or in public or whatever?
You know what? A lot of people were disappointed that I never got a chance to wrestle. So I think it was very nice. A couple times I saw a few fans and they said it was a bummer that they never really got to see me wrestle because I did work hard to do that stuff and I did. And I'm tough, really. I could take some bumps and stuff. So I think I remember somebody saying that it was really bummer that we never got to really see you wrestle. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I should have wrestled there, buddy.
Yeah. I would have loved to seen it too.
Yeah, it would have been cool.
Mm-hmm. Which wrestler has given you the best advice and or compliment?
I would say either May Boss or maybe uh, Lillian, but she wasn't wrestling. And I remember during that time it was really tough backstage. And I think I remember May Boss saying something like, "Stick with it. It's tough. It's horrible atmosphere." And I remember Lillian always saying, "Just keep moving forward." I mean, it wasn't a great background area, but I think something like that. I don't remember the words, but I remember May Boss or one of them saying, "Just stick with it, kid," when I was a kid like you.
Did you like being a heel or babyface more in wrestling?
I like being a heel. It's easier being a heel.
Yeah.
It's easier being mean and, and that's what ended up happening, I think, because really the demise of my character, I think, was I don't know if you saw this or whatever, but there was a point where I just started getting on TV, and there was a point when I was with, oh my God, Vince McMahon's Stephanie. Thank you, Stephanie. We were on the stage, and I pointed out just into the audience. I didn't see a person there, but I was pointing out, saying you're fat, ugly, lazy, whatever my character was, being obnoxious. And I guess there was a very heavy girl there, and she was on, and they showed it on camera. And I think her mom basically said, "Please don't show that," or whatever. So um, that was that was pretty tough to deal with, because I think that was what got me basically out. They cut my character after that because they didn't like it, and
Mm.
people didn't like being picked on and saying they were fat and ugly and lazy. But it was easy to say. Easy to see. That's what happens when you're a heel. You can say any horrible thing to people, and it gets them riled up. You get beer thrown on you and popcorn thrown on you. So, heel, heel.
Yeah. They should have just sat back and took it.
Exactly. Exactly. You're right. They should have. You're good with these
Was there
questions.
ever a
Where do you
time
find out these? What? Go ahead. Oh, you froze.
I
Oh, there
found
we go.
these questions just oh I found these questions just from my mind.
Oh, well, it's a good mind. There you go. I missed the last question. Sorry, you keep phrasing up.
Was there ever a time in your career you ever got kicked out of a wrestling show you were wrestling at?
Nope, never. No, even with UPW, never. I mean, if we did, it would be character-wise, but I never got kicked out. So I was nice. I was a nice bitch. I was a very nice bitch.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, okay, I get it.
Was there ever a time you hit a fan or wanted to?
Oh, yeah. Oh, totally. During the UPW, when we were doing our small wrestling and stuff, people were so rude and came up to you. And oh, yeah, there was plenty of times. Sure. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my friend Nancy. Hi, Nancy. My Nancy. She's incredible stunt woman too.
Oh. What would you do if a crowd member came out of the crowd and attacked you?
I'd attack him back. What do you think? I'd take him down. Oh, yeah, there's no
Yeah.
every attack comes on, you attack. Wouldn't you do the same thing?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, see?
I'd probably
Like,
knock him out or something.
yeah, see? With a sword. See, Nancy said with a sword because Nancy was a stunt woman with me with sword fighting. Yeah, I would knock him down with a sword. That's what I would do if I had a sword, Nancy. Funny.
If you could wrestle for any wrestling company right now, what company would that be?
Well, of course, WWE. Is it WWF
Yeah.
now? That's what it is, right?
Well, no, it's
WWF.
WWE
Is
now.
that's right? Because when I was in it, it was WWF, and they changed it to WWE, so I never get that right. I would love to wrestle for them again. It'd be fun. Well, I don't care if I could wrestle. It'd be fun. I don't care whoever it would be for, anybody. Because really,
Yeah.
essentially, if you're a true wrestler, you would just want to wrestle and have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't really matter who you work for. Just like in my business, I don't care who I work for, as long as I'm having a good time and doing it right and enjoying it. So it wouldn't matter to me. Wouldn't matter to me.
Yeah. What has been your most favorite wrestling company you have wrestled for?
Favorite? I would say UPW, how I started out. They were nice. They were great. Rick was awesome. Taught me everything I needed to. And yeah, UPW for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, that's Nancy. I know I could kick anybody's ass. She keeps commenting. I have fun friends. You need to meet my friends. I have good friends.
Would you rather join DX, NWO, APA, or BWO?
Well, to be honest with you, I only know NWO. I don't know the other ones. What one would you want me to wrestle for? You know them all. What one would you? What one would you pick for me to wrestle in?
You don't know DX with Shawn Michaels and Triple H? Oh,
I've not. I have
I thought you
not.
were there during that time.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know the names, but I've never really paid attention to any of them,
Yeah,
so I wouldn't know. But what one would you want me to wrestle for?
DX probably. I
Okay,
feel like
Mother.
you'd fit in.
Okay. So okay, DX. There you go. There's your answer.
Would you rather join Team Bad, which is with Sasha Banks, Tamina, and Naomi, or the Riot Squad with Ruby Riot, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan?
I don't know either one. I do know. I know of them, and I've been hearing great things about Sarah Logan, so I'd probably go with that. But see, I don't watch a lot of wrestling now. Like I'm paying attention because it's very busy right now with wrestling and stuff. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I don't know a lot of the wrestlers, but I've heard about her, and I probably would go with that.
Yeah. She goes
You're
under the name Valhalla
what's
now.
that?
She goes under the name Valhalla now
Oh,
with
okay.
her team, yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm old school, so a lot of times like I said, some of these questions I'm like, oh, I don't know half those questions. I will answer for you. So I'll do my best.
Yeah. If you could have any band or sorry. Okay. If you could have any band or singer perform your theme song, who would you want that to be?
Band or singer? Sing my theme song. Ooh. Ah. Okay. Armin van Buren. No, I'd probably go with like Lady Gaga or I don't know, even like a country singer or something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
maybe Lady Gaga. Yeah. Blake, not trying to ruin your interview, but Bry Wyatt is dead.
Bray Wyatt,
Who's that?
a wrestler.
Oh, you're not ruining the interview. You're making a point. That's funny. Not trying to ruin your interview. That's cute. Yep. I love it. I love reading this stuff because that's good.
Okay. Least favorite wrestling move to have happened to you?
What's the question again?
What is the least favorite wrestling move to have happened to you?
Off the ropes. Not a guarantee. It's never a guarantee. Didn't there something go on? Didn't something just happen on Trish Stratus doing something? I heard this whole thing. Trish Stratus did a move or something. Handstand. She does a handstand. Uh, grab something and it didn't go, and then she did it again. See, so sometimes moves just don't happen. So off the ropes, that one is not always a guarantee. I know Lita was very good at off the ropes, but I just read
Mm-hmm.
something about Trish Stratus not getting her move very well. So that's kind of a bummer. It's not a guarantee. And it's
Yeah.
a bummer that she's getting criticized for it, which sucks because you don't understand the pressure being in a ring and getting the move, and if it's not there or whatever. So it's tough off the
Yeah,
ropes.
because mistakes happen.
Oh, yeah, it's horrible.
What has been the hardest move you have tried to do on an opponent before?
Off the ropes. It's never, like I said, it's never guaranteed. I mean, you do an off rope thing or whatever. It's tough. Blake DeForet's on every wrestler's Instagram. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? How do you read all
He's
these?
still talking about Bray Wyatt.
Oh, they're still talking about him. Yeah, I would think that that's the hardest thing. The ropes. It's or even going out of the ropes. I mean, I remember what were those? Oh, I'm so sorry. I always forget names. They were like kind of like I shouldn't say this, but kind of white trash, countryish. They were bald. They were funny. And they would go outside the ropes and they would do table crashes and stuff. Even that, going out of the rope into a table,
The
landing on that.
Dudley Boys?
Yeah, and they would do that a
Huh.
lot. They would do that a lot. Good call. Thank you for reminding me. But that's a tough going out of the ropes into a table. That's tough. Horrible. Or
They're all
the Hardy
about
Boys,
getting the
even the Hardy
tables and
Boys doing
using
the
them.
ladder matches. Those ladder matches were nuts.
Definitely, yep. If you could take any signature move from any other wrestler, what signature move would it be?
All of them. I don't know. I don't remember some of the moves names. I don't know. They're all good. I mean, oh God. Oh, there's some gnarly ones off the ropes. I'll take all the ones off the ropes. I always wanted to commit and do all the rope on the rope stuff. So I don't know, remember the names, but or even wait, I just watched a clip. Some chick went flying off the ropes outside, landed on somebody. You can tell I'm really good at this, but I don't know. I think anything that anybody does outside the ropes or off the ropes or outside the ring, that to me is any move like that is gnarly. So I'll say all of them.
Yeah. Anything to finish off your opponent, right?
There you go. That's right. That's right, Blake.
What usually got you hyped for a match that you were going to be in?
You just mentally have to get there. Just make, you know what it was? It was making the crowd happy. Mentally thinking, I got to get up, moving, energize and get the crowd into it. If you got your crowd, there's nothing else but your crowd and support. So I would say that mentally I would think, let's get the crowd going. Have fun, enjoy.
Yeah. What was your favorite thing to do after all your matches or after you were done out in the doing your stuff for the WWF?
Go home and eat.
Out in the ring.
Go home and eat because you never want to eat when you're there because you want to look good and svelte and ripped and all that. So, they'd have lunch for us or whatever. But thank you, off the ropes. I think after I just went back and chilled in my hotel and ate something good, and that was really it. Got ready to train, and I know my answer is always off the ropes, but that's the only answer I have. Sorry, Rob Goodman. That's what I got. See what happens when it's live? People are just like, I don't know what else to say. Sorry, buddy.
What has been your favorite venue you have wrestled at or appeared at in your career?
Well, we in New York or even right here in LA, Staples Center or whatever. Those were fun. The thing about Staples Center is there was a lot of people. It was They were great coming out after you were done. They were fun. They weren't mean. I think one time when I was in New York, driving away, most people pull their pants down and show them butts and yeah, and I'll get all excited. So I think LA, because I live in LA, so I love LA. Sorry. It wasn't off the ropes. See, Goodman, it wasn't off the ropes.
Was there any time you have accidentally broken out of your wrestling persona?
No. Oh, well, yeah, of course. I mean, when I'm not wrestling, I'm normal. I mean, you're saying when I'm wrestling or?
Yeah, during like your wrestling.
Nope. No, I think, no, I mean, nope. Just did my thing. And then after I was done, I guess when you're leaving the arena or whatever, I still act my character, but I never broke character until I was in my hotel room or gone.
Yeah.
So.
So if somebody came up to you, you say, "Get down and do push-ups."
Yeah, that's true. I should have done that, but I didn't do that. See, you should have been my sidekick.
Yeah.
Right? Is watching. Oh, I have another friend. Hi, Wine. Oh, yeah. Win. Another friend.
Have you ever gotten embarrassed in a wrestling match due to a mistake or something?
Well, there was a lot of mistakes made, and I mean, that's why the referee comes in. If you ever see the referee coming in and saying stuff or whatever, they're always talking to you. So yeah, I've had a couple moves that didn't work or embarrassment that happened, but I don't know if anybody noticed, and that's why the referee comes in and tells you cut or cut it short or you're not doing it right or whatever. I would get that a lot. So, yeah, of course, a lot.
Yeah.
Quite a few. Hold on, I gotta let my dog out.
Okay.
Briggs. I have like 5 dogs. Hold on. Come here, Briggs. Come on outside. Come on, Briggs. Come on out. Okay. Hi.
Okay. What has been the scariest / most dangerous incident in your wrestling career?
Scariest incident? Well, I'm not going to say off the top ropes because he's not going to like that. So, no, I've been fortunate not to have, not to have any, no, I haven't had any scary incidents. And then somebody just asked me if I dated a wrestler. Absolutely not. No. Do you see that? No, no, no. I don't sleep where I work. No, I've never done that. So, but I know a lot of people that have.
Mm-hmm. Like Lita and Jeff Hardy.
Who? Jeff
Lita
Hardy
and Jeff
and
Hardy.
oh yeah, yeah. There was quite a listen. I saw a lot backstage. It's not my place to say, but listen, what happens backstage stays backstage. Yeah, I don't mind if you're single and do your thing. Do your single and mingle. Do whatever. But at the time, I was with somebody, but no, I did not date anybody.
What has been the worst you've gotten injured from a match?
When I was rehearsing UPW stuff, I got a lot of back pain and knee pains, things like that, but never like when I wrestled for WWE. So no, not too bad. I've been pretty good.
What has been the worst pain you have caused on an opponent before?
Nothing. Not that I know of. Actually, I don't know that. I don't know. Not that I know of. Off the ropes, right, Rob Goodman? Rob Goodman, it says off the ropes. I really like the guy. He's funny. He's got a good sense of humor. No, not that I know of. I've hurt anybody. I don't think so. I would have known, but not that I know of here. It's funny. I like the guy. It's funny.
What has been the worst pain? Oh wait, I already asked that, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
If you got told back then you couldn't medically wrestle for the rest of your life, what would you do?
If I couldn't wrestle, is that what you said? If I could not wrestle?
Yeah.
I have no problem with that. I didn't have any problem. So when I was at my 3-year, right, when I was at my 3-year contract, they wanted me to go back and train. And at that point, I said, no, thanks. Because I was doing stunt work at that time. So I was just fine with that. It wouldn't bother me at all. It was not listen, when I was very fortunate to get into wrestling when I had any background of pro wrestling. I was very fortunate enough to get that 3 years, and from there they said to let me go, or I go retrain and then get back into doing more stuff. I was fine with just leaving, so it didn't bother me at all. No, I was happy with stunts.
What is the longest you've had to stay out of action for wrestling during your wrestling time?
I'm not sure that question, that I had to stay out of action.
Yeah, like you've had to stay out of wrestling.
I didn't get to wrestle very much when I was in WWE, and my character was there, but I'm not sure I understand your question right. But I didn't have very much action in wrestling, but I had good wrestling action. I don't know how to answer that question. It was just okay.
Do you feel like you are worthy enough to be part of a wrestling Hall of Fame?
No, absolutely not. No, no. Compare to these girls and stuff, absolutely not. No way, no way. I wish I had more history and training as I was in there, but no, I would never be in Hall of Fame. No, I wish. That would be cool
Yeah,
if I was at that level, but no. I'm laughing because I'm like, no.
Who are 5 wrestlers you would put into the WWE Hall of Fame that are not in there yet, if you know of, that deserves it?
I couldn't answer that. I don't know. I mean, I know the basic that I have, but I don't know. I'm horrible. People are looking at me like, oh, you're a wrestler. And I'm like, I couldn't answer that because I don't pay attention to wrestling as much. I mean, now I do a little bit more because it's so big again, but is Lita in Hall of Fame?
Yep, and Trish Stratus.
Okay, there you go. And a lot of
Ivory
the girls
isn't.
that she should be. She was really good.
Yeah, or
She
the
was really
Hardys
good.
aren't either.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Those would be. They aren't in Hall of Fame.
Nope,
The Hardy
they
Boys are not in
definitely
Hall of
should
Fame.
be.
Okay, that is nuts to me because
Yep.
they freaking took abuse. They would do those ladder matches. I'd be sitting backstage watching these guys. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But, I don't know the qualifications for all that stuff, but so I don't know.
I don't think WWE does either. They never put good people in there nowadays.
I think it's just I really, that stuff, I don't understand it. Out of respect, I don't really get it, but I think it ends up being who's the most popular or who the fans really like the most, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
So not my call at all, but I cannot believe they are not in it. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Okay.
There's a lot of names that should be in there that are not in there.
Anybody that wrestles in WWE and has been on I mean, has wrestled and taken bumps and off the ropes and off the ropes, out of the ropes, things like that. And how do you even pick them? They're all very good. Everybody is so amazing to me. Amazing. So
Mm-hmm.
that's my answer.
What are 4 words you would describe your wrestling persona?
Forward. Pain in the ass. Pain in the ass because I was annoying, obnoxious. Yeah, aerobic instructor. I don't know, too sexy brain. Thank you. Yeah, pain in the ass.
Yeah. What are 3 things that annoy you the most in wrestling?
Bad acting. Because there's some bad acting. I hate when they talk too much on the mic. That talking mic thing just it drives me crazy. When they're on the mic, they're doing their skit. I'm not sure about anybody wrestling fans, as I am not like the big wrestling fan, but hearing people talk all the time on a mic, I just want to see the action and what they do, and they're talking during that time. So that's 2. So I said, mic, and then I don't know. I think I don't. I think those are the 2 main ones. The
Going
costumes
off the
kind of.
top rope?
Yeah, that's funny. I think I know that the costumes are a big deal, but I would like to see the guys wearing a little bit more of not necessarily speedos. I'm not saying that's gross or anything like that. I don't know. I would like to see more character in their costumes. I guess that's what it is. So
Yeah.
yeah, because when they go off the top ropes, I don't want to see the speedo. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's gonna be a fun day. A fun day.
What are 3 things that you like the most about wrestling?
Oh, I love um, the characters, how people develop their characters. I think that's amazing how they really get into it. The physicality, because oh my God, what they do to their bodies and the moves they do. I total respect for all that. And putting up with the backstage shit. There's a lot. There's a lot that those wrestlers deal with. So I think I'm going to say those 3 things for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you are upset during or before a match, what do you do to help yourself calm down?
Say that one more time. I missed you because you cut out.
If you are upset during or before a match, what do you do to help
What would
yourself calm down?
I'm not the breather. I'm not the yogi person. I think moving around. I guess getting rid of that energy. Maybe I would do that. Release some energy.
Yeah.
Punch some other wrestlers. You know what I mean? Do some of that stuff.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
If you could have wrestled anywhere in the world, where would that been?
I guess I wouldn't care where I'm wrestling as long as I'm wrestling. Wouldn't matter. I'm the type that if I get to do my job, well, it's a job, but it's a fun job. But um, I would have to say wherever. I don't care. As long as I'm wrestling, I'm having a good time. So it wouldn't matter where I'm at. Yeah, sure, you go out of the country or do stuff, but just because you're out of the country doesn't mean jumping to Mars. No, not jumping to Mars. Yeah, jumping to Mars.
Have you wrestled in Wisconsin during your time when you
Oh,
were here?
never. That's okay. So the question prior would be, I would love to wrestle in Wisconsin. You know what, I was born in Wisconsin, but I wasn't really raised there. I mean, I go back every year and all that, but I basically was raised here in California. But I would love to have wrestled in Wisconsin. That would be fun. Oh my God,
Yeah.
my great chiefs, they would love wrestling out there.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the two questions. One before, I'd love to wrestle there, and I would love to wrestle in Wisconsin. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I hope you can come down and still get in the ring and maybe come up here and do some wrestling again.
I would love to. So where are you exactly?
I live exactly in Peshtigo, Wisconsin.
Okay. And I'm not sure exactly where that is. Is it close to Milwaukee or?
It's 3 hours away from Milwaukee.
Okay. Yeah, because I was I was born in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, but Eagle River, the small town. Oh my God, you deal with that cold? I'll come this summer and I'll wrestle. Anytime. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'll probably break my back after I jump off the top ropes, but what do you know? Hey, what the hell? Funny.
What has been the best fan art you have received in your wrestling career?
Received so much. It's crazy. I still get fan letters. It's the sweetest thing. I'm nobody, and I appreciate. I've gotten so many fan letters or just people emailing me or whatever, and really sweet. So I love them all. Anytime they ask for an autograph, whatever, I do my best to get back to them and stuff, because that's huge when somebody takes their time to send you a letter and ask for an autograph and like that. And I know that's not easy, so I do my best to do that. So I think everybody that's ever done that and reached out, I appreciate so much.
Mm-hmm. How does it feel to be in the WWE encyclopedias?
Well, honored, of course. I wish I've done more to be better on the encyclopedia, but I think it's cool. How cool is that? I mean, I came into WWE. It's very cool. Very cool. I'm not at the top, but I'm in there, and I think that's really neat. Very, very cool.
Which wrestler has the best wrestling gear ever, in your opinion?
Well, Trish Stratus always looked freaking sexy. Sexy, sexy, sexy. Lita always, you know what I liked about Lita? I keep saying Lita, but she was basic, like had some cute pants or just a cute top, not too much going on. I liked that. Still was sexy. Well, China, I guess, too. I'm trying to think of some of the other girls that I wrestled with, but I liked how Lita had some basic clothing. It was just nice, cute pants. And then, during my time, you always felt like you had to be really sexy or try to do this whole big thing, but she did it really nice. So yeah. I like the boots though. That were my favorite. I always try to find really cool wrestling shoes. The boots were my favorite because I always gave good character to the wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is an unforgettable moment ever in your wrestling career?
When I first walked out on stage, the very first time I walked on stage. Very first time. Yeah. I don't even know how to explain it. I didn't expect that. Never thought it would happen. Yeah, I did some backstage stuff. I don't think I went out stage very much, maybe 10 times in my career, but walking out on that stage and not knowing what I'm going to say or what I do, I did it. And thousands of people there yelling at you or happy or sad. That was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Scary, but was great.
Yeah. Did you eat certain meals before your matches?
So they would always provide food for us, one meal. So when we got there, I didn't eat very much because my stomach was always like nervous and you didn't know if you're going to wrestle or not, if you were on the card or whatever. But I would always try to eat very healthy. They always had great food for you. They would provide one food, and then other than that, I would just have some protein shakes, things, basic bodybuilding foods or whatever to keep you healthy. But no, it wasn't pizza and it wasn't beer or any of that. But
Yeah. What is a go-to beverage most of the time for
soda water. I love soda water. Love it. Go-to beverage. Well, I mean, water's good, but I like soda water. It's very satisfying.
What's soda water?
You're so cute. So soda water is basically carbonated water. So Perrier.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So what would you call that? You wouldn't call that soda water. What would you, carbonated water? Would we call that carbonated water in your time? How would you identify it? How would you identify if you wanted not regular water, but you wanted, so it'd be carbonated water. It's basically water with bubbles.
Oh, okay. So fizzy water?
Oh, I'm not going to forget that. When people go, what do you like? I go, fizzy water. You're so funny. Okay, fizzy water. Fizzy water is my go-to drink. That's funny. Now you're going to think of me when you see Perrier, right?
Yep.
All right, good job, Blake.
If you could get any tattoo, what would that be?
I'm not sure what it would be. I like the Asian art. So my whole leg is tattooed, my arm is tattooed. I like the Asian art. A lot Asian flowers. I like colors, so that would be my go-to tattoo.
Yeah.
I got a lot.
What is your favorite current and old wrestlers theme song from WWE?
Hey, when they come out, that's all I know. Whenever they come out, hey, that's all I know. I don't know. That's a hard question. I don't know that answer. Can't answer that one.
Yeah.
Is Blake there? Can Blake answer for me? Is Blake down there? Where's Blake? Did he leave us? Blake, can you give me any top rope song? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I think, yeah, no go on that one.
If you could go back and revisit any year of your wrestling career, what year would that be?
I don't even want to admit what year I was wrestling. In the 90s? I don't know what year. I don't know. The 90s, whatever. What was the question? What year if I was to go revisit? I would say the first year that I ever went to WWE, I would want to revisit that and relook at it. I don't know what year that was. 2000. I don't remember, but I would do the first year that I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could go, okay.
Got that one question.
You're
just cute.
What?
I said you asked me that question already.
Yep. If you came with a warning label, what would it say?
I'm Irish, be careful. You probably don't know what that means, but I'm Irish, be careful. Irish, temper, high energy. So I'd say I'm Irish, be careful.
Yeah. What are some things that you would still like to achieve in wrestling that you have not achieved yet?
I would like to wrestle on TV. I would like to go back and wrestle. It'd be great just to wrestle some women and have a good wrestling match. I never got to do that. I mean, in UPW I did, but I wasn't fortunate enough to do that in WWE because they were really pushing Lita and China and Trish at that time. So I never got to. I was just on development, but
Yeah.
yes.
What is the first thing you think about doing to your opponent as the match starts?
Psych them
Going off
out.
the top rope?
See, you got a good sense of humor. There you go. Good job. That would be the second. I don't know. Distraction, maybe. I don't know. Distract
Yeah.
them. Distract. And then the top rope.
What would be your dream animal of having?
Well, I have quite a few. I would probably want like a. Well, I have 5 dogs, 3 goats, 8 chickens, 2 birds. So I don't know, a lion or a lion cub or something. I don't know, or not sure. I would want them all. I love all animals. My
Yeah.
ultimate. A sloth. A sloth. Do you know
Yeah.
what that is? Do you know
Mm-hmm.
what a sloth is? Okay, good. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, those slow
Yeah,
animals.
they're very slow. I wish I could be
Yep.
as slow as a sloth. So a sloth.
If you could entrance with any animal, what animal would that be?
Oh, a horse. Something big. A bear. A lion. A cougar. That's an entrance right there. But I could walk in with a little chihuahua. That might make a difference. Like if you walked in with like a little chihuahua or even like a little mouse, wouldn't that make a statement?
What is your favorite wrestling quote?
Oh. Oh God. What's the Rock's quotes? He used to say,
Can you smell what the
that's
rock
it.
is cooking?
Yeah. That's epic. And then, yeah, can you smell what the Rock is cooking? That's awesome.
Yep.
Kind of like an Arnold Schwarzenegger thing. You can't forget that. I forgot it, but yeah. Can you smell what the Rock is cooking? People's elbow.
Yep. It never gets
It
old.
doesn't. You're right. It never gets old.
Yep.
Never.
Or when he asks for somebody's name and then he says, I don't want to hear your name or whatever.
Did he used to say that? I forget. So what did he would say? His thing was, "What is your name? I don't want to hear." Yeah, that was, and that never gets old either.
Yep.
You know them all, there, Blake.
If you could come up with your own quote, what would that be?
I don't know. That's pretty tough. It's got to be sassy and smart and quick. Uh, Damn, that's a good question. I'd have to have a writer for that. I don't know. Uh, Look out, the Irish is coming. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Would you ever forgive your opponent if they injured you?
Of course. Of course. Because your guys are a team. I mean, it's not like they're doing well, we're hoping that they're not doing it on purpose, but accidents happen. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Because if I injured somebody, I would feel horrible and I would hope they forgive me. So, yes, of course.
Yeah. If you could manage any wrestler right now, who would you want to manage?
No one. I wouldn't want to manage any wrestler. That's too much high maintenance for me. I can barely manage myself, let alone another wrestler.
I mean, that's basically what you were doing with Stephanie McMahon.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that was difficult because it's tough manage. Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't want to manage somebody. I mean, that was tough with Stephanie and I. It was, you know, you got to find the right partner, connection, and you get to work together and it works. But yeah, I wouldn't want to manage anybody.
Yeah. If you could choose anyone to manage you, who would you want that to be?
Well, the best person that can manage me would be somebody that can make me manage. I don't know. If I could have somebody manage, well, somebody that's really good at managing and getting me out there and making me look good. Who would that be, though, Blake? You know all of them. Who would you pick to manage me?
Um,
See?
yeah, it's hard.
Because there's a lot of good ones out there. I don't know.
Yeah, it would have to fit your heel character and what you're doing.
Personality.
Everything that you're doing. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's a tough one.
How did you come up with your wrestling name, Muffy Mower?
So Muffy came from Vince McMahon. So when I was in development and they decided to take me in, what they asked me to do was write a biography about myself, basically from what I did from junior high school to college to where I was at the time. And what ended up happening is I did a lot of, during that time it was called aerobics, worked at a lot of gyms, taught a lot of classes. So I was an aerobic instructor. So he pulled that out and basically named me Muffy to be a instructor. And so that's how it became Stephanie McMahon's personal trainer with Muffy. Not happy about the name by no means. No.
Is there any background or inspiration off of your wrestling persona?
Meaning, well, yeah, it all came back. I mean, meaning like the Muffy and all that, it came back from my history. I guess that's what I'm getting from you. Yeah. So yeah, my persona was, I was physically always doing something, teaching classes or taking classes or aerobic instructor or things like that. So I think that's where it came from. And that's how my persona came up. Muffy.
Yeah.
Yay, Muffy. I'll never live it down, but it's okay. I love it.
If you had to change your wrestling name, what would you change it to?
Anything but Muffy. Anything but, I don't know. I mean, I complained about, I know a few people have gotten this on a couple of wrestling things, but I wasn't happy with the name. And there was a point where I basically said I wasn't happy with my name. And I think that's another reason that they released me. So I'm not sure what name I would come up with, but I was not happy with that name. Not happy. I didn't have a chance to really develop it though, too. So I don't know, maybe I could have gone somewhere with it, but at the time it was kind of like not great, but
yeah.
So
if there was anything you could have changed about your wrestling style, what would have that been?
I didn't get much to wrestle, but I don't think I would have changed anything. I think I probably would have developed more different kind of moves off the rope. Yeah, I don't know. It's difficult to say because I didn't really get a chance, but I would have found some fun moves to do. As I see now, there's some incredible moves that the women are doing. Awesome. And even the men. So I would try to develop some fun things, like different moves instead of the basic stuff. So
Yeah. If you went for your finisher or signature move and it didn't work, do you have a plan B to do it right away after?
well, there you go. Weren't we talking about Trish Stratus, what happened? And a lot of
Yep.
people say once the move doesn't happen, I probably wouldn't even attempt it again. I probably wouldn't attempt it again, but you know, when you're in the moment and doing that stuff, it's hard to say, but if I didn't get my finish move, I just leave it alone and maybe talk to the person I'm wrestling and find some just basic move. That way, when you try it again, then you know it's like, oh, she didn't do it right. So a lot of times, if you don't make notice of it, they won't know. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't make note of it.
Mm-hmm.
So
If you don't mind, I'm gonna go to the bathroom quick.
no, I do mind. Go ahead.
All right. I'll be right back.
Okay. Your fans are not going to like that you're going to the bathroom. I'm going to go get something to drink.
All right. Sounds good.
Be right back. Oh my. Honey, inside. Come here. Come inside. Stay here. Stay there. Stay there. Come here. Okay, I'm back. You want to say hi to my dog?
Sure.
This is Money, sit. Sit. This is a Saint Bernard. Can you see him?
Oh, yeah. Hi.
You're like, hi. I don't get my glasses. Hold on. That's my Saint Bernard. Hold on. Stay there. Hold on. Oh, Money, stay there. All right. Okay, we're back. We're back. He's also,
Yep, we're back.
do you have any dogs? Here he is.
Yeah, I do. I have 2 dogs, 2 cats, 3 goldfish. I have chickens and ducks and geese.
Oh, you have chickens too. Good. Yeah,
Yep.
from Wisconsin.
Yep.
Good. All right. Sit down, Money.
All right. So if you could dump any type of food and beverage on your opponent, what food and beverage would that be?
Spaghetti. And because it's always gross. And you said in a juice or a liquid?
Yep, a beverage.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah, any type of liquid.
Kool-Aid, because it's sticky. So I'd do Kool-Aid, because it's sticky. It'll make them feel gross. And then I would do spaghetti.
Mm-hmm. So say you were injured and you got a one-in-a-lifetime call asking if you could work for WWE, AEW, Impact, or like any other bigger company. Would you take up that one-in-a-lifetime offer?
Depends. Depends on. I'm not the type of person just to. I'd want to take something where I'm going to have fun. So to
Yeah.
answer your question, I don't know who it would be with, but if they're a fun company or whatever, and I would enjoy it, then yes, I would go with them. So if I was injured, depends on my injury, but it depends on the company.
Mm-hmm.
That definitely, because just like even what I do now, it depends on the job if I'm going to enjoy it or not. So
Yeah. Have you heard of the wrestlers, the Bella twins, Nikki and Brie Bella?
yes, I know the Bella twins. I mean, I know of them.
Okay. Yeah.
Who doesn't know the Bella Twins? That I do know because there's just so much going on with them.
Yeah. So would you rather wrestle Nikki or Brie Bella or both?
Both. Be fun. Be fun to wrestle them both. They're both badasses and they're brunettes. Hey, two brunettes and a blonde kick my ass. I don't know how.
And they're in the Hall of Fame.
Very good. Is it? Do you think it's deserved?
Kind of.
Okay. Yeah. It seems. Well, like I said, I don't know how the Hall of Fame works, but they seem so new that they're in the Hall of Fame. Like
Rey Mysterio, isn't it? And he still wrestles.
he's not in the Hall of Fame. What are the?
Oh no, he is.
Oh, he is. But what are the? Is there qualifications for the Hall of Fame? I know that we're off the gambit, but
I don't see. That's what everybody is trying to figure out because, like, they put in like random people,
yeah,
and then they put them in after they pass away, and it's like you should have put them in before they passed away, and it's.
I know. No,
stuff like that.
it's like that's why I said I think it's just favorites or whatever. But the Bella Twins, I think, I don't know the wrestling. I've watched them; they're great, but I don't know. But
Yeah.
I don't. There's no way I could say, oh, they should be in it or they shouldn't be in it because I don't know what the qualifications are. So
Yeah. What has been the worst weapon you've got hit or beat with in a match?
oh, what's his name's face? I mean his butt. I just was working with him. Oh my God. Somebody help me. His butt, his big butt, his big butt. I got the butt smash. The butt smash. Well, I can't answer that, but
Honey Kiss?
who?
Oh, Rikishi?
Thank you. My God, Mower. I cannot remember. So he has a wrestling camp. He has a wrestling school right near me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I went out there and he trains everybody, but we were doing some stunt stuff in his thing, but I remember I'm like I told him, I said the worst thing is getting your ass in my face. So that one. It's that one.
Yeah. That was just like a random guess too.
Yeah, but thank you for guessing because I can't remember names anymore, but
What are and were your hobbies other than wrestling?
working out. I like working out. Animals. I like nonprofits. I help with the St. Bernard Rescue. I love that. I don't know. Just I'm a people person, but I'm an animal person. So I like to be with animals all the time. So working out, animals, and I know it sounds weird, but I like helping with nonprofits, I guess. Something keeps me busy and helping other people.
Yeah. Who would you put in your Mount Rushmore of wrestlers?
Mount Rushmore wrestlers. I say Bay Moss, or the older women. I don't know. That's a tough one because I haven't been in it that long. So there's some good ones. Rey Mysterio. China was great. She really was.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tough question. I'm not sure. Sure. You have to answer that for me, Blake. Who would you put in the of your? And I'll tell you if I agree with you.
The Rock.
Of course.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay, yeah, the beer drinker. That's great. Sure. You know who else? Who was the one that lost his ear? Oh, he lost his ear. Oh my God. You'd always do those crazy matches.
Oh, Cactus Jack.
Mike
Mick Foley?
Foley. That's who I would put. Mike Foley. That
Yeah.
dude was gnarly. He would do those matches with the barbed wire.
Yep. He literally sacrificed his life. He put his life on the line.
Mick
He was
Foley.
the definition of putting his life on the line
That's
for
what
wrestling.
I'm doing. Mick Foley. I'm going with it. That one. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you rather wrestle Sasha Banks, Trish Stratus, or Michelle McCool?
Are we talking about Sasha Banks, the actor? That's who I'm thinking of. Sasha. Oh no, I'm thinking of somebody else. Okay. Okay, now I'm talking. Sasha Banks. Say it again. Sasha Banks.
Trish Stratus or Michelle McCool?
Oh, Trish. I do Trish. For sure. She's so cool.
Yeah. Who would you consider as a brother and sister in wrestling?
Oh well. Lisa. And oh my God. See how horrible I am? My brain is not. She sings the national anthem. I just said it.
Oh, Lillian Garcia?
Lillian Garcia. I love her. She has been my savior from day one. That woman is amazing. Amazing. So those two. They really helped me through the whole thing.
Yep.
Lillian and Lisa.
If you could do a retirement match, one last match, who would you want it to be against?
Lita and Trish. Lita and Trish. I'd say China, but she's passed. But it'd be fun to be with the girls that were there, and I watched them kick ass the whole time. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
If you could wrestle or have a segment with any actor, who would that be?
Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt, because he's hot and he's cute and he's funny. And I bet he could wrestle. You kind of look like a young Brad Pitt there, Blake. Good job. Yeah, you could. I'll wrestle you.
If you could guest star in any TV show and or movie, which you are most likely used to as a stunt performer, which would it be and why?
Wonder Woman. I love that show. Wonder Woman. I'd love that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wonder Woman has always been just, I don't know, women empowerment, blah, blah, blah. But actress is great, and it was shot in France. It's different stunt group, but a Wonder Woman. That's what I would like.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me just let my dog out. Hold on.
All right.
Go on. Go on. Go. All right. They're getting fed. Okay, go ahead.
Would you ever try MMA, UFC, or any type of boxing?
Yes. Absolutely. I'm all over it. Yeah. I mean, I watch those women all the time. I don't know their names. I should remember their names, but I watch a lot of it. Oh yeah. If I was in my 30s, for sure.
When you were growing up, were you more of a shy, quiet kid or outgoing, loud, and excited?
I was obnoxious. I was outgoing and obnoxious. I'd beat up boys all the time. Because if they were cute, I'd beat them up, and then they'd pay attention to me. So there you go.
What was it like to take part of Glow?
Oh, it was a little bit of a mess. was a lot of mess because they were trying to develop Glow after the old Glow. It was
The
great to be
original.
part of it, but there was no really part of it. They tried to develop it again, and it didn't happen. It was nice to be asked about it, but it really didn't happen. It was kind of a mess. So I enjoyed it no matter what, but it was a mess.
Yeah. So you were in the new Netflix Glow, right?
No, I wasn't in that one. Prior to that one, I didn't get a chance to work on that one. I wasn't available. But the Netflix Glow was great. I didn't get a chance to work on that, but the actual wrestling Glow was a mess. But the Netflix Glow was great, and I didn't get a chance to work on that.
Mm.
I got asked to, but I wasn't available. So, but yeah.
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 Is that where the surfer girl name came from?
Yeah, that was the second version of Glow. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Surfer Girl. Yeah, that didn't take off very well. That's okay. It was still fun.
Yeah. It kind of gave me Sunny the California Girl
There
vibes.
you go. Right. Right. There you go.
And I've interviewed her. So
Oh, you
yeah,
did? Okay. Yeah.
What wrestling name did you like going under more? Carnage, Surfer
Oh,
Girl, or Caryn,
I
Muffy,
like
Mower?
Carnage. That's always been my nickname forever. I loved it. Actually, a very good friend of mine gave me that name, and it's always stuck. So I love that name. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Carnage. Yeah.
What was your whole reaction to getting asked to wrestle for WWF?
I think back now, I didn't realize what an opportunity it was. I didn't know how big they were at the time. So I was not able to appreciate how great it was at the time. And then during that time, I got into it, and now I realize what a great opportunity it was. So I didn't appreciate it. I was so busy during that time and doing stuff. And anyways, yeah.
Yeah. How did the wrestlers and workers treat you backstage? I mean, you were talking about it earlier, but
Not great. It's not, I don't want to be a negative person, but everybody thinks it's like glamour and great backstage. It was not. That was one reason I'm so glad I didn't continue wrestling, because it wasn't a great atmosphere. It wasn't camaraderie. The women didn't support women. It was a battle of who's the writers going to write about. So that, I must say, was very difficult. It was not good. It was not good. That's why I didn't have any problem saying I don't want to go anymore from my development contract. I was fine with just leaving. Listen, if I'm going to work, I want to have fun and enjoy it, and that was not fun.
yeah.
You want to take that? It was not fun at all.
Yeah.
Actually, I hated it. I did. I hated it. It was horrible. If I didn't have some of those friends there, I don't know if I would have made it. It was just so cat scratching, bitchy shit. It's just, anyway, I don't want to go there, but yeah.
Yeah. What happened with not getting to be the fitness trainer for Trish Stratus in WWF? Because I heard something about that. You were gonna be a fitness trainer for her.
Oh, I don't.
That's what I seen online.
Possibly, but I don't recall that. But maybe they were talking about it, and I didn't know what. Maybe they were deciding on that, but I didn't know about that. I mean, that would have been great. But I'm going to teach Trish Stratus how to be fitness. It's what's funny, but that would have been fun because Trish is awesome. She's awesome.
Yeah.
And funny. Oh, I would have loved that. That would have been a great another character. The Stephanie thing didn't work out so well, but who knows? I don't know. That would have been fun.
Yeah. Were you and Stephanie, did you and her get along or talk a lot backstage?
No, she was very private. That's when she started dating, I think, Triple H or whatever it was. But very nice, very sweet, professional. But I didn't talk to her very much before we did our little skits and stuff. We would just have a little moment, and that was it. So it wasn't like hang out with Stephanie's. Absolutely not, because I was so green
Yeah.
and new. Yeah.
Are you interested in possibly ever doing like wrestling conventions and or meet
Oh,
and
I would love
greets if you
to.
ever
It would be
get?
so fun. It would be really fun. Not that I have much to give because I really didn't do much in WWF, but um, uh, I always try to go back. Like Lillian, just they recently had this whole thing down here at Staples Center and stuff. I try to make it, but I'd love to see old friends and stuff. So I would love to do that. It'd be fun.
Mm-hmm. Because I know like Lillian Garcia goes to those fan
Oh yeah,
fests, is like a guest, and
yeah,
Lita
yeah,
and stuff like that.
yeah. I don't know if anybody would know who I am, but yeah, I would love to do it just for fun. It'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Be like Muffy. Who? Who's Muffy? Oh, I'm just kidding.
When you got told you were getting to work with the boss's daughter, Stephanie McMahon, as her on-screen personal trainer, what was your reaction?
Uh, I, uh, I was excited, but I think at that time too, I didn't really realize how big she was. But didn't bother me at all. I was ready to go. Give me what you
Yeah.
want and go for it. Yeah, I was. Listen, at that time, I just wanted to work. I just wanted to be out there and wrestling. So I was. It was exciting to at least get going at that
Yeah.
point. I guess I didn't realize it was Stephanie McMahon, that whole thing. So
Did you ever get to like interact with Vince McMahon? If so, what was he like, or
uh,
stuff like that?
2 times. One time was, hi, nice to meet you. He gave me my character. And then the second time was when I knocked on the door and told him I didn't like my name. And then I got fired, like, not fired, but I got told that they're going to release me and go train somewhere. So it wasn't really good. The only time I really, the only time that I really saw him was when I was backstage and then going through the tent, the middle part. It's hard to explain, but when you're about to go on stage, there's a center
Yeah.
section where they're all sitting and watching the
Yep.
cameras. That's when I would see him. He'd say, "Hi, Caryn," and then I'd go, and that was it. So it wasn't anything good or bad. It was nothing huge, but
Yeah.
yeah, but he didn't like how I complained about my name. I love it. The secrets are getting out.
Yep. What was it like to do the backstage promo with Stephanie McMahon and Tubby, which was Chris
Oh,
Nelson?
that was fun. And he was on somebody's, oh, what was the guy's talk show? And I was going to jump in on him because I didn't really know him, but he jumped in on the whole, they were going to pay him something and said, "Oh, we're just going to have Muffy tell you you're fat and lazy and do jumping jacks and all that stuff." He was awesome. He was great.
Yeah, I think that was mine. He was on there
Oh, was that you?
on me.
Okay, so I heard something or whatever, but he was great. He was so receptive and funny, and he was cool. He was very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Poor guy. He'll never live that down. Poor guy.
He was just trying to do his job.
That's right. That's right. And he did it very well.
Yeah.
And he got paid very well.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What was your reaction when you got released from your WWE contract?
I was very relieved. and I'll say this in this way. I wasn't happy at the time. I wasn't getting to wrestle. I wasn't able to do what I wanted to do. I wanted to wrestle. I wanted to play my character. So when they said we're gonna let you go, or you can go train, and then we'll maybe bring you back. At that point, I was kind of over it. I was like kind of bummed, and I was going through the motions. I was getting paid very well, and but at that point, my stunt career was developing, and so I was very anxious to do that. But being on the road all the time was difficult. So when they told me that, I'm like, okay, this is my destination, and I was fine. I was totally fine with it. Totally fine.
Yeah. What was your reaction to getting asked to wrestle for Ultimate Pro Wrestling, which was the first?
I loved it.
Ever.
Oh, I was so excited. Yeah, Rick is awesome. It was a great training thing. Met so many great people. I mean, that's where oh my God, come on, Caryn. He's such an actor now. He does all the movies. Who was that? No, not The Rock. Who was that? Not The Rock. Way before that. Well, he's very popular now. He always does all the commercials with the cows and stuff. He's an actor now, does movies. Oh my God, he's huge.
John Cena?
John Cena. So when I was wrestling with UPW, John Cena just came in. Who's that? Your mom in the background? Was that cute?
Yeah.
Hi, Mom. In the back. So John Cena was just starting out when I was with UPW, and he was the littlest, thinnest guy ever. And to see him from there to that was amazing. So it was John Cena.
Oh wow.
I got to see a lot of people develop from UPW. What's your mom's name?
Mary.
Hi, Marin.
Hi.
Love it. That's cute. See, she knows wrestling too, doesn't she?
No.
Well, not really.
Okay.
She doesn't really. She's not
Knows
really
the
interested.
Rock. She knows the Rock.
What?
That's true. All right. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, so John Cena started with UPW. Yeah.
Yeah. As the prototype.
Yeah. And he was huge then. He was big with UPW. And then I remember when I was with WWF, he started doing some training with WWF. It was crazy. And to see him where he is now and think, oh my God, I knew him when he was at UPW. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Is he in the Hall of Fame?
No. No.
Yeah, see. Hi, Steve Shriver. My really good friend is watching, I think, right now. Steve Shriver.
Oh.
I just saw him get on. He's an incredible stuntman. See, I get a lot of stunt people watching. I don't know how they know I'm on. I didn't post it.
They might get a notification that you're live off of their end.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Got it. Wow. We went for 2 hours there, Blake.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think we'd do it. Do you have any more questions for me?
Yep, I have a couple more. Okay.
Okay.
So what is one thing you would tell your fans?
I wish I wish I was able to perform more for them so they could see what I actually could do. Because then we never really got to see what I could wrestle. But yeah, I mean, but honestly, I don't know how many. I mean, I have fans that know who I am, but they don't know what I could do. So they've been very supportive. So I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. And then this is the last question I have for you. Do you have any advice for me to become a wrestler?
How old are you?
15.
Well, I think you're further more than most wrestlers. find a good character that you could develop, something different, work with that, work on your skills, get muscular. You don't have to get muscular, but get fit. Are you fit? Do you work out?
Well, I don't really work out, but I mean, I have a gym in my basement, and
It's not
I
about,
keep saying that I want to start, but
all right, well, just,
yeah.
do you have is there a place in Wisconsin that you can practice some moves or work with, just learn how to do, well, that's what I would do, is learn how to do some moves and stuff, and then develop a character that's so different and unique. I bet you that's the key.
Yep. I already have a character in
Okay.
mind that I do in my backyard with my trampoline.
Oh, so you good on the trampoline?
Yep.
So I have a couple good friends here that are, well, Steve Schreiber is still watching. He's incredible on the trampoline, but that's a good, it's body awareness and stuff like that. So that's good. So
Yeah.
that's what I would suggest. Keep your development on your character, get physically active and know your body awareness, flipping, flopping. That's key.
Yeah.
And keep doing what you're doing. You're a cutie patootie. You're doing so good.
Thank you. Well,
Is that it? Is that it for us there,
yeah.
Blake? Are we done here?
Yes, we are.
All right. Well, that was fun. I hope I challenged some of your questions. I didn't give you good answers, but
No, it was fine.
okay. All right.
Well, thank you for taking your time out and doing this interview with
You're
me.
welcome. Tell your mom thank you for making her comments in the background. I loved it. It was funny. The Rock. It was cute. I love it. Everybody loves The Rock, right?
Yep.
Sweet. All right. Let me see your mom. Tell her to come into the camera. Let me say hi to your mom. Yes, I want to see you.
No, I just took all my makeup
So
off.
what? You
I got my hair back.
you think I look great? Come on, mom. Let me see. Just say hi real fast. Let's see the beauty behind this child that's doing this.
There is no beauty
hi.
here. I'm old.
Mom, we love you.
Hi. Aw, you sound like you're a really nice person.
I try to be. I do my best, but your child is wonderful. Great questions, and I'm a Wisconsinner, so there you go.
Oh, cool.
Eagle River, baby. Eagle River.
Oh, that's not too far away.
Oh, it's not too far away. I can hear it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, it's a
But what is
pleasure.
it, like an hour or so away, 2 hours away?
Okay.
It's not too far away.
Well,
We're right on the border of Michigan.
okay. Okay.
Right on the Menominee River.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you for saying hi in the rock behind backgrounds. He's a good kid. He's doing a good job.
Yeah. That's his passion.
Good. Well, continue with
He
it.
lives, eats, sleeps. He does everything.
Good.
Wrestling.
Well, he's
So,
amazing.
yeah.
Thank you. He's a great interviewer. You did a great job. Great job.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Mom.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
All right. Nice to meet you, Blake.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Thank you.
All right. We'll have to do this again soon.
Definitely.
Okay.
It was a pleasure to have you on here. Have a good rest of your night.
You too.
And take care.
You too, sweetie.
All right.